Hello. Huskies back in with more Seattle Bobcats GM mode, franchise mode commentary. Last video we had a rather, I want to say lackluster, but eventful free agency. We traded Tyler Myers for a first round pick and a fourth round pick from Dallas. Ended up having the cap room to sign Kyle Turris, who added a seventh member to our top six, I guess you could say. I dropped Tyler Johnson to the third line because, well, it made the most sense. And other than that, I signed Chris Weidman to play third pairing minutes. Yeah, that's really it. It was rather uneventful. And we're gonna kick off year 3 here, and I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but we're gonna do as always. We're gonna real sim the first game of the season. Our team usually sucks the first game of the season, so we'll see how this goes. All right, 1-1. Nick Patan already on the board. I like it. That third line's already off to a good start. I think the big change that Patrick Laine is already on the board. Nice. That Laine is paired with Scheifele and Turris, so he's. I'm gearing Laine towards being the main goal scorer on this team. He is our Alexander Ovechkin, and he should score 35-40 goals with how he's set up. All right, so we won game 1. I'm rather impressed. I'm glad we did. One thing I do need to check before I get to the next one. All right, cool. Yeah, thanks owner. Is my power play. That's something I haven't paid enough attention to, and I think that might be hurting us a little bit. So if I go to special teams, see, I have Panarin and Laine on the first. I think that's overdoing it. I don't think Panarin needs to be on that first pairing, and the second line needs a sniper. I'm going to put Oshie on that first pair, and I'm actually going to put Brendan Lemieux on the second power play unit instead of Nikolai Ehlers. Because Brendan Lemieux, he's 6'1", 210, but his shot is nuts. And I actually want him on one side, Panarin on the other. Morrissey, Trouba. Yeah, I think that's a good. And then this is fine. Penalty kill, Lowry, Johnson, Kopp, Connor. Are those my best face-off guys? I think they are. Kopp has 73. Actually, you should do this. I should get Oshie on the first penalty kill unit. And I think I'm going to leave I'm not going to leave Connor. But I don't have any other real two-way forwards. Yeah, well, never mind. We'll stick with Lowry. And then we've got Bufflin, Jones, Morrissey, Trouba. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, we're good. Just wanted to make sure I had all that taken care of because I forgot to mess with it. But yeah, as you can see there, I'm really putting a lot of, like, my offense is going to come from the snipers on my team. A name you didn't see, in case you didn't see last video, is Mikko Rantanen. I decided hasn't really performed well enough on that third line. That third line was good, but for being a sniper, his shot isn't very good. And you really need in these sims to have a good shot to score goals. Brendan Lemieux has high 80s and 90s for power, and he's power forward. So I decided to go with him on the third line instead. He's also already progressed higher than Rantanen. I got Rantanen as an 82, and he's still an 82. The big issue with this team is I don't know if we're going to have the defensive capabilities to keep the puck out of the net. We should have more than enough offensive firepower to hang with any team, but I don't necessarily know if we're going to have the goaltending, or not the goaltending, the defense. And not necessarily the defense as in my actual defenseman, but as in my forwards, like back checking. Alright, so we have to beat Minnesota to get an owner goal, and we lost. See, again, we're giving up a shit ton of goals. Like, if I stop the sim, I have to stop the sim anyway to fix my arena. 5-0. So we gave up, that's 2 games. That's 2 5-goal games. That's 4-goal, 4-goal, 5-goal, 4-goal. Like, we're giving up a ton of goals. And I don't entirely know, like, just upgrade it. Yeah. I don't know if it's a feeling out process the team has to do, because we sucked at the start of the season last year too. We were barely 500 at the when I stopped the video. What if it was like what, January I think? But then we had a great last 2 months and ended up winning the division. Like I didn't think we'd make the playoff with how we started the season. So maybe there's just some growing pains that have to happen. I mean, I know my goaltending isn't like, it's not the best goaltending in the league by any means. I mean, Murray's an 89 and Comrie's an 85. So they're not the greatest set, but I mean, that's a damn good combo of goalies to have. There should be more than good enough to... If Mikko Rantanen stays happy in the minors, maybe he'll perform well enough down there to get a good boost. Because he needs something. Because he only scored, what, 12 goals his first season? I think he only scored 14 last year. I understand he's playing on the third line, but when your role as a sniper, you should be putting up, even on the third line, you should be putting up 20 goals. Like, I bet Brandon Lemieux comes in and immediately scores 20 goals this season. Obviously, he's getting power play time when Mikko Rantanen wasn't. But still. Again, man, we win 6 straight, and then we lose. Kerry Ramo? Well, I don't need Kerry Ramo. We give up 4 goals, we give up 6 goals. I feel like we've fallen into the Dallas Stars category of teams where we're just going to try to, we're going to score 7 goals a night, but we're going to give up 8 half of those nights. We're scoring at least. Like I'm not unhappy with how we're playing. You're in Manitoba, I don't care. 13-8-5, that's not a terrible start. I mean, we did win 6 in a row, so it's kind of inflated our record a little bit. I should probably put you in so I don't mess up anything else. Where are you? Where did you play? Defense, I'm assuming? Scratched. Yeah, you're a defenseman. He goes here. God, I cannot wait to get Callan Foot in the lineup. The only issue is, where's he gonna play? Do I drop Morrissey to the 3rd pairing, put Callan Foot in the top 4, and then just say fuck off to one of my bottom pair guys, and just see if Morrissey stays happy? So we're 17-8-5. We've actually kind of... That was another 4-game winning streak, 5-game winning streak. And then we lose to the Rangers 5-2. Fuck you, New York. No, 3-2 win. Nice. Oh, my arena's starting to fall apart. I should probably fix that. 19-9-5. We've kicked it up a notch here. I really need to remember to turn off notifications on my Xbox when I record videos, but I just don't. It's so much of a pain to do anything settings-wise on the Xbox One that I'll just deal with it. 19-9-5. We have 4 games left until I stop the sim to look at stats. I'm interested to see. We're putting up a lot of goals, so I'm guessing we'll have some fan happiness is 100. Wow. Locker room chemistry is an 89. I think that's the highest I've ever seen my locker room chemistry. 4-1 win. Nice. 22-10-5. So considering our shitty start, we've really turned it around. We're 2nd in the division behind the Dallas Stars, which of course I have their 1st round pick. We have 94 offense. Wow. All right, so let's have a looky. Let's have a look-see at points. TJ Oshie leads the team in points. Wow. Is he on the 2nd line? 27 points in 37 games. So 27, 25, 24, 23. And then Panarin with 19. Panarin's a -11. Ehlers is a -10. So that 2nd line is not scoring. Despite Oshie having 27 points. You know, I think I'm going to move... Where's Turris? Turris only has 18. I think I'm going to move Turris down to that 2nd line. but I think he'll be okay playing second line minutes as long as he has power play time. Because they're still like Brendan Lemieux's already got 6 goals. Like I said, he's gonna have 20. He's a +1. That third line's a positive, and then we've got Scheifele, Johnson. How does Scheifele Johnson have 25 points on the third line? That's got to be power play points, right? I don't even. He's not even on the power play. How does he have 25 points on the third line? Kyle Connor has 8 goals on the fourth line. How's Adam Lowry's morale? He's fucking ecstatic. Alright, so maybe I think I am gonna move Trouba's a -6, Morrissey's a -7. I think that's more just who they're playing with forward wise. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna mess with that second line. I'm gonna put I want to keep Ehlers up there, but at the same time, I want to give Lemieux a shot on that second line. Because, I mean, just look at his stats. He's got good offensive awareness. His shot's ridiculous. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to put Turris on the second line to play with Panarin and Ehlers. And I'll put Oshie back on the first line. Or I'll put Oshie on the second line and put Ehlers on the first line. I want to see my AHL team. Is Mikko Rantanen lighting up the AHL? No, he's got 5 goals. So I think Mikko Rantanen's a bust. This Rostalavic kid, he might have a good progression here with what he's doing. Christian DeLeo, or Chase DeLeo, sorry. Oh, I wanted to look at my goaltenders, right? Goalies. Murray's 18 and 8, 247. I mean, that's not bad. I don't feel like. I mean, like I said, I'm like ours. There are minuses, which I don't understand when we're 22, 10, and 5. Does that just mean our power play is disgusting? No, our power play sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but I mean, it's second in the division. 17 goals and 92 attempts. We don't get many power plays. We don't. I mean, we're better than Chicago, but still. Penalty kill, however, we're at 92 fucking %, and we have 3 shorthanded goals. We're 8 and 2 in our last 10. 92% penalty kill. That's absurd. We've only taken 79 penalties. I mean, so that helps, but still. 2.734, 2 points. So we need to increase the goal scoring. So yeah, I'm gonna make some line edits here. Edit lines. We'll put Turris back on the second line. We'll put Scheifele back in center. And do I want to leave this second line as it is, or do I put Oshie on the second line? Is Oshie a first liner? No, he's not. So I could put Ehlers on this first line. Honestly, I want Brendan Lemieux to get good enough to play on that first line. Either to play on the first or the second line. Ehlers is very quickly losing his spot, man. Patan's an 85. I mean, Tyler Johnson, are you still happy? I mean, individual performance, that's your own fault. I don't know why you're upset about individual performance. You're second on the team in points, and you're a third-line player. Nick Patan's really coming into his own. I tell you what, man. I'm going to give this a shot. Ehlers is really struggling. Maybe dumping him with Tyler Johnson and Brendan Lemieux will be a good fit, and Patan up here will boost his first line a bit. Because Patan's got good defense where I think Ehlers doesn't. They're about the same. But Patan's really doing well. He's got 19 points, and I think Ehlers had what? Ehlers has 17? He's a -10 though, whereas Patan's a +1. So we'll try that out. We'll put Patan on this first line because I want Patan to succeed as well. I don't have a two-way forward for. I mean, what's Lemieux's defensive stats? Not very good. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we'll try this out and see how this goes. But 15 minutes. I'll sim a month and maybe hit up the trade block and see who's on what veterans are out there. So we were what, 3 points behind Dallas for first place in the division. Now we immediately lose 5-1. Nice. That's exactly how you wanna. No, we beat Dallas. 24-11-6. I mean, that's a really good record. I could do without the 6 overtime losses. I feel like that's a lot, but it's points. I'd rather have it be 6 overtime losses than 6 regulation losses. It's probably not the right way to look at it, but it's like torn hamstring. Damn, that sucks. Nico Mikalo? Isn't he a defenseman? Yeah, he's a defenseman. No, wait, he's a forward, isn't he? No, he's a defenseman. Is he? Yeah, he is. He goes here. So we're off to it. Since losing to Boston in game 1 of this new lineup. Okay, well I say that and we lose to LA and probably San Jose. Oh, I beat San Jose. Okay, cool. I feel like Nikolai Ehlers has essentially played his way off this team, which is sad because I wanted to keep like Ehlers and Line on this team. All right, well there's 3 straight losses. Let's not do that. Like I was getting hyped for how our team was looking, and then you go and do that. But yeah, I wanted to keep like the big young names on this team still here. But the further we get into this, the more that Ehlers just is not up to par. So we're 2 points behind Dallas after another month. Oshie still leads the team in points. Still only has 35. 35 in 51 games isn't a lot. Shifley has 34, Turris has 33, but look at the plus minus numbers. Like Panarin's still a -9, sure. Ehlers is a -7, sure. Lemieux's up to 10 goals. Patan's got 24 points. Ehlers has 25. Is Ehlers upset at all about where he's at? No. Patan's probably ecstatic. Yeah. What about Turris? He's in just individual performance. Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind how this team looks right now. I mean, the Trouba Morrissey thing, I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't get why they're struggling so much to be pluses. Is it because they're both two-way defensemen? Do I need to trade one of them for an offensive defenseman? I might need to do that. Well, Morrissey has good. I would probably trade more. Well, Morrissey makes 3.4, where Trouba makes 4.5. I'd probably trade Trouba for an offensive defenseman, to be honest. Oops, not rookie goalies. Like, Commer's a rookie goalie. Didn't he play all of last year? 25-12. He's alright, so his goals against has gone up. 9-15, 3 shutouts. I don't know if Murray's the goalie for this team. I'm starting to second guess everything when I shouldn't be, because we're 2 points out of first place in the goddamn division. It's just the stats to me don't say that we're 2 points out of the division lead. Line A has 16 goals, which is nice. That's cool. Panarin has 11. Like, I mean, Vaslavic has 18 goals, 36 points in 44 games. Rantanen has 7. Like, his shot's just not good enough to hang with. Like, this Ross's kid, he's got a better shot. It's not accurate, but he shoots the puck hard. And you need to shoot the puck hard to score goals in Sims. I think I've mentioned that a few times. But yeah, this team is built so, like, deep that my top 6 isn't going to be the ones putting up massive points. And I need to remember that. That because there's so much skill on all 4 lines, that I'm not going to have the 30-goal scorer 50 games in. Like, because if you think about it, all these teams only have a top 6. Aside from maybe Pittsburgh. Fucking Blake Wheeler's 25 goals. Go fuck yourself, Blake Wheeler. Fucking 90 overall. Cunt. Sorry, that was a bit much. I got a little over the top there. But yeah, all these teams have a top 6, and that's really it. Aside from, like I said, maybe the Penguins. But Dallas only has a top 6. The Hawks only have a top 6. Ovechkin only has the Capitals only have a top 6. Columbus, Calgary, like all these teams are stacked top 6 wise. So I don't feel so bad that my team is kind of struggling. Brendan Lemieux, I mean, hey, if he was playing top minutes, he'd probably be. I mean, he has a +6, so I can't complain. I think Brendan Lemieux is a good fit instead of Mikko Rantanen. But anyway, I fit 20 minutes. Next video, I'll hit up the trade block and see if there are any veterans out there that are worth a look at. And we'll actually wait. We're only at 20 minutes, and I would like some feedback on it. So let's go to the trade block and let's see who's on everybody's trade block. Matt Molson's on the trade block. He's not really a veteran. He's also probably not very good. No. Lee Stepniak, Maxim Kamtoy, Dennis Weidman, Suzuki. UC Okinen's still somebody to maybe take a look at. His value's starting to drop. He's an 86 overall. He's a two-way forward. He'd be a good fit for that third line. Actually be a good fit for the second line, to be honest. Who's on my second line? Never mind. No, he wouldn't. He'd be a good first line. I don't know. He's not terrible. Basically, all of these... Basically, I have to look at teams that are rebuilding. I mean, P.A. Parenteau, he's what? 82 overall? He's a sniper, isn't he? He's a playmaker? I thought he'd be a sniper. Contender, hopeful. Typically, it's guys like this. Like Rick Nash, he's an 83. Zuccarello's on the block. That's a 4.5. He's obviously going to be a rental. Zuccarello might be someone to look at. I don't think Nash is worth looking at. Zuccarello would be, though. I said it's just he'd be a rental. He wouldn't be brought back next season. But yeah, I think, oh, Joe Thornton might be another. He's an 85. Actually, Paul Martin would be the better guy to be a rental. How much does he make? He makes 4.6. So I don't think I'd have the cap space to move him to get him if I wanted. I'd have to give up. I don't know what I'd have to give up. I'd have to make it work though. He'd be a good defenseman to get to bring in for the playoff run. Basically, just eyeing teams up that might have a veteran on their roster that they don't want. I doubt Toronto has any. Eric Branson, he's another one that would be. Never mind. Actually, he's upset. He's not happy, so that's probably why he's so low. And then Washington obviously doesn't have any because they're a playoff team. They use anybody that's not a playoff team. Which I'm surprised there aren't more. So yeah, give me your opinion on Matt Zuccarello or Paul Martin or UC Okinen as a rental for a playoff run. Like I said, we're looking good for playoffs right now. We're gonna call it there. Like I said, comment your opinion on those guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, which is usually customary with YouTube. And as always, I will thank you for watching right now. I will screw up my outro all over the place. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully with some feedback for maybe a deadline rental deal. I haven't done any of those yet, so something new maybe.